Tuesday, and I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina, and I'm sitting here looking at my closed Diet Coke, and I'm sad I didn't open it before we press record. So
oh, no, do it. ASMR. Do it right into the microphone. That is satisfying. That is deeply satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing Coke now? We're still okay with Coke?
Are we doing Coke?
No, I'm Coca-Cola.
Oh, Diet Coke, it's terrible. It is. I have one every now and then. It's because, and I have strong feelings about this. I have very strong opinions about this. Diet Coke used to be something that you would drink and it would literally burn like acid down your throat. Mm-hmm. And it was so satisfying. It's poison. It's literal poison.
Yeah.
1,000% causes.
And it's like highly addictive.
Yes.
Diet Coke. People I know who are addicted. I have an aunt who's addicted to Diet Pepsi. And the way she drinks Diet Pepsi is unnatural. Like, I'm like, this is concerning.
Yeah. You know? I used to be a lot worse. I'll have one every couple of days now, like a can of it. It is also less crispy now. It does not taste the same. I really, truly believe that they are fucking with the formula. I don't know if they've changed or I've changed. Something is different. Changed. I'm not
Maybe
crazy.
Your tolerance is higher. You know how like your taste buds mature and you can handle spicy things as you get older. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is with the Diet Coke as well. But Cassie, did you mean because it's poison, or did you mean because Coca-Cola is a terrible company?
That one. I mean, that's
both.
The one.
Yeah. I mean, like that's the truth. But listen, we live in end stage capitalism. It's all terrible.
I've heard two things come to me at Christina's Conspiracy Corner. Mm-hmm. Number one, that there's a couple of asteroids hidden by Venus that we can't really see, that we would only have 2 weeks notice if they swung out towards Earth, and it would just wipe everything out. So
I prefer notice, to be honest.
Just
like
if
it's gonna happen, or just like give me a couple days to like party, say goodbye to people, have like one big blowout. I think 2 weeks is too much time. That's enough time to start to freak out. To talk yourself around in a circle to freaking out.
The other thing I heard is that they're performing an experiment right now, which would prove whether or not we actually exist inside of a black hole. So
why do we need to know?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Why do we need to know? Because it would be so freaking cool.
What does it change?
Is it cool for us to be in a black hole? What does that mean? What does it mean?
How does that change anything? And
poor Christina, she's like, you two are the worst to tell us stuff.
We are. We're the worst. We're the worst because I don't want to know. I'm like, I don't know. No.
I'd be, okay, Cassie, would you want to know if we were in a simulation?
Yes.
Like if they could tell you for sure. I think I would too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
The second I figure, I'm fairly certain, like, that is a very strong possibility. If I don't let me find out for certain, because the way that I will stop playing by the quote unquote rules.
Oh, you would. You would. That's true. You're like, I'm not going to work. Are you kidding me?
Fuck you. It's a game. We're in a simulation. Fuck this. I'm out. I'm out.
I'm not an NPC. I will not behave like one any longer. So.
I want to also know if there are multiple timelines. I want to know about the alternate
multi-dimension, also the Midnight Library.
Yeah. I want to know my Midnight Library. Absolutely. I mean, like, I just like the book would never probably opt into any of the alternatives because like. There's something comforting.
There's positive and negative about every single existence. It's true.
I just am curious. I want to curiously read those other chapters of my life.
Chapters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same.
But I wouldn't want a chapter without you girls in it.
Sorry, I was choked on my fucking water.
Cassie's like, shut up.
Yeah, we need to get some wine into Cassie before she.
Yeah, before I can get on that. Come on.
Oh,
I'm
then that would
drinking
make her cry
sparkling water
immediately.
I know, guys. But right now it's just water.
Well, okay. This, I guess, is as good a time as any to transition, because there is something I wanted to kind of talk about. And I don't know. I talk a lot on this show and I make a lot of jokes, and we get a lot of people writing in who say the same thing. You know, oh, I'm a people pleaser too. I'm such a people pleaser. And I am, and it definitely comes across in my life, and it comes across for other people in their dating lives. And it's an easy thing to kind of joke about or minimize or treat like it's not very serious. But somebody shared with me this quote from like a book that they read. And when I tell you, I've had such a hard week this week, just the world and then like stuff that's been going on in my life personally. And this person shared this with me, and it said, it's been repeating in my brain like all week, and it can almost make me cry when I think about it too much. And it says, the guilt you feel about setting boundaries is a sign of how deeply you were trained to abandon yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that hit me so hard, because again, like, it's easy to just be like, I just want people to be happy. I just want everyone to like me. I like being nice. You know, I'm a people pleaser personality type. It's just the way I am, whatever. And those things are true. But when you reframe it from just kind of this silly little thing that we talk about, or just how we are, to it can escalate to the point, and I think that it has with me, and it's something that I literally have cried over. I've talked to my therapist over. I've said, I don't know how to be different, but I need to be different because I cannot handle the feeling of, I cannot forgive myself. And it stops me. It stops my growth. It stops my healing. When I feel like I've hurt other people, or when I feel like I could have given people what they wanted and didn't, and it's caused them pain.
But at the expense of
you.
Your happiness.
Well, right.
And that is one of the hardest things. I did not start learning to live for and love myself until I went through my divorce, because I realized that I was living for other people. I was living for my ex-husband. I was living for my family. I was living for my boss. Like, it would be so crippling for me. I didn't want to let anyone down. Like, letting people down or feeling like I disappointed somebody was honestly soul crushing.
Yes.
Now I don't give a fuck. I truly, I work hard. I do the best I can, but we're on a rock that's floating like however many hundreds of thousands of miles per hour in space. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
It's a really difficult thing to retrain yourself.
Yes.
You know, and that's why whenever that was shared with me, it hit me so hard, because I'd never really thought about it as like, you are abandoning yourself. You are leaving yourself stranded. Like when you are doing this. However, it doesn't make the pain or the shame or the guilt of letting people down or making someone else, quote unquote, making someone else unhappy. Like, those things still exist, and it requires a lot of work to start undoing that, because it is a pattern that I can pinpoint throughout my life. I mean, like, I didn't want to play, like, literally I can go backwards and say, like, I didn't want to play the clarinet in marching band, but whenever, like, years earlier, when I was maybe 6 years old, I promised my cousin who played the clarinet that I would play the clarinet when I could, like, just like her, when I got into high school, and I couldn't break that promise because I couldn't let her down. And it was just like my entire life has been living for other people. And you can recognize that and understand that, like, that's deeply harmful to who you are. But then you're at a war inside yourself between, like, these deeply held coping mechanisms, trauma responses that you've built up, and what you need to be a whole functioning human being who's happy. And it's very hard.
Something that helps, Keegan, is when you're setting boundaries, or the people that love you want you to be happy.
Yep.
So if someone's pissed off or disappointed or whatever, like, that's on them. You know, that is a them issue, because the people that love and support you want you to set boundaries that are healthy for you, want you to do what you need to do in order to create a happy, beautiful life. Anybody that's pissed off or upset with you, that's a selfishness within them that they need to work out. But that's how it helped me, like, learn to, because I mean, I'm not out here trying to be, and you will never be, a mean, unempathetic person. That's just not in your nature. That's not in your heart. You're so kind. But yeah, if people are pissed at you or railing at you or thinking you did them dirty, that's on them, because you are the type of person that walks very conscientiously with people's feelings. You're not somebody that's careless at all. Yeah. So honestly, yeah.
And big picture too is that you can only control your own emotions and feelings. And at the end of the day, you don't have control. Like, you can do everything in your power to make other people feel a certain way, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. What really it boils down to is you can only control yourself. You only have control over your own feelings. And so sometimes it's a fruitless battle, just fighting a battle you'll never win, because you'll never be able to control that emotion for someone else. Their emotion, they can only control themselves, and you can only control yourselves. You can be a good human being and do the best in your own behaviors and emotions to help support other people, and, you know, whatever, but it cannot be your responsibility at the end of the day. You know, and I always used to joke, like, when I was 10, you know, I always said, I'm only number one, looking out for number one. And I think that I learned that lesson in a really shitty early way, but I think that there's some validity to that.
Absolutely. I mean, there's benefit all the way around, right? It's like when you take, if you take a good thing to an extreme, it can become a bad thing. Yes. And it doesn't matter. Like, I think mine is really born of, like, care for others and like compassion and empathy and care is where it starts, but it morphs into something that can actually be really harmful. And I think that that's why I wanted to have this conversation, even though it's a very vulnerable conversation for me, because we do get so many people writing in saying, oh, I'm a people pleaser too. I had a hard time on this date too, or I had a hard time with this breakup, or whatever it is. And that's such a common feeling, I think, especially for women, but for everyone. And it really is born from this place where it's just like, if you are not living for yourself, if you are living to make everyone else happy in your life, eventually it's going to backfire on you. Like, it absolutely will. It's going to backfire on you. And at the end of the day, doing these things that you think are kindnesses to other people, by giving them what they want at the expense of the truth of it or of what you want, actually hurts them too. It hurts everybody in the end. So it's like, you really need to sit with who you are and try and discover that and be honest about it. But it is not a snap your fingers and make it happen kind of thing. It is extremely, whenever this has been kind of like your coping mechanism for a long time, or something that you've been conditioned to do for your whole life, or whatever it is very, very difficult to break it. And it can be very difficult to, like, over and over, I've just the thing that I feel like has set me back is just saying like, I cannot forgive myself. I cannot get to a point where I feel like I can really say it's okay. And you're doing the best you can, because I always think I could have done better. I can do better. I can be kinder. I can be more conscientious, you know, of other people around me. That's my responsibility. It's my duty. I feel that way, even when it's not right, you know, and it makes it hard. Yeah.
That's such a burden, because you are one of the nicest people I know, honestly. And I'm like, I strive to be not as nice as you, because I'm not that nice. But I hear what you're saying, and I'm so glad that you're sharing this, because I do feel like you said, that it is something that a lot of women especially deal with. And the point that you made that I really, really want to drive home is that in your pursuit of trying to make everyone happy, you're actually doing other people a disservice. Because if people love you, they want you to be happy. So and I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm so glad that you shared it.
Thank you. Yeah. So for anybody else who's feeling the same way, I just wanted to share that, you know, that quote really resonated with me, and kind of reframed the way that I thought about that stuff. I've been out of therapy for a little while now, and that really kickstarted like, oh, maybe I should go back to therapy and talk these things through. But for everybody who's working on that, or working on themselves in any way, like, kudos to you, because it is hard work. It's a hard road. This life is difficult, navigating it personally and externally with everything that's going on, you know, in the world.
I think I'm going to become a witch.
Yeah.
Like I'm on my way, girl. I'm on my way. I have herbs.
Let's do it.
I have herbs hanging up in my window. I used
Crystals.
my mortar and pestle for the first time to grind up my herbs and put them in little jars. I'm going to get an apothecary shelf
Yes.
for my kitchen. I'm well on my way. I cannot wait.
I want to cast spells. I want to be like naked under the moon and cast spells.
Yeah.
I was on TikTok, and because I interact with Witch Talk, I get a lot of witchy things, like the candle ceremony when they're like burning. Oh, I love cord cutting ceremonies. I'll watch it every time, and I'm trying to interpret it. And I've been really getting into people that are doing glamour spells. I'm like
to make themselves more like attractive, appealing.
Yes.
Listen.
Interesting.
I'm so down to, and like every woman I talk to, when this comes up, everyone's like, let's have a little coven and get together once a month. I'm not kidding. I'll host. Everyone can come over to my house once a month.
You're like, say the fucking word.
It can be half cheese man, half hanging out. And half like we're gonna make some. I got all my herbs. We can make some little potions, make some little mixtures, tinctures. Stuff. I'm in.
Let's do this. I really, really want to be a witch in honor of Practical Magic 2 coming out.
What?
You didn't know about this?
No.
Shut up.
I did not know about this.
Sandy Bullock and Nicole Kidman are coming back.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking, that's not good. That is so, listen, it's all I want is just that life. You know what I mean? Here's my favorite thing that Witch Talk's doing right now, and that is Flood Watch in Washington. So
Yes, I love it. I love that part of it too. Manifesting that energy. There is a power and a connection that I think women are innately in tune to, and I want to tap into that collective
synced up with the moon
consciousness. I want to feel that feminine energy and coursing through me. I like picture myself, if I was a witch, I picture myself like Storm from the X-Men.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Well, you're invited to the coven, Cassie. We will Zoom you in.
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some covens here too. I have a Discord coven I'm already belonging in. So
Oh, lovely.
I think we should
this is our
FMK
FMK.
witches.
yes,
Yes.
Witches?
Totally.
Okay.
Yes.
Witches. All right.
Okay.
I'm in. Oh gosh, there's so many to choose.
I know, because you've got like
from.
Bette Midler and Kathy Najimy and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes, you do.
You've got Nicole
Hocus
Kidman
Pocus.
and Sandy Bullock.
Nicole Kidman's been twice a witch, right? Because she was bewitched, right?
Huh?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got. I know. But Christina hasn't seen it. We've got Bonnie from
Yes.
Vampire Diaries.
Oh yes.
I
So
haven't seen The
good.
Witcher, but we have The Witcher, who's
Never seen.
No?
I think it's a guy. No, I haven't seen.
It's
it
a
either,
guy.
I'm saying.
I know. It's Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. So I don't know if he's a good witch or a bad witch.
I don't either. We've got Glinda. We've got Elphaba.
Oh, yeah. In honor of like Wicked, the second Wicked coming up. You've got, yeah. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. There's so many. Oh, you've got all the,
Maleficent.
yep.
Ursula, if we're doing Disney witches.
You got Sabrina,
Yes.
the teenage witch.
Oh, Melissa
You've
Joan
got-
Hart.
Yeah,
Melisandre from Game of Thrones.
yeah.
I didn't watch Charmed.
We have Hermione. I'm going
Well, you
Hermione.
got Hermione.
I'm going
Okay.
Hermione. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, these are all okay. They're fictional characters. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on that train.
Which one?
For-
Supporting.
I don't
J.K.
even want to
Rowling?
say that turf's
Teenagers.
name.
Yeah. Yeah.
J.K. Rowling. Okay. You know, I'm gonna go Maleficent then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Maleficent.
Nice. You know, I have to go. Oh man, this is so hard. I think I'm like, which witch do I want to choose? There's so many.
Which? You know, the other
You've
one I
got-
was really thinking about it was the not Sandy, but the other one. What's her name? Red hair. Hi. We just said her name.
Nicole Kidman from
Yes. That
Practical
character
Magic?
from Practical Magic. I don't
Ginny?
know why.
I think it's
but
Ginny.
I love that character. I just think she's so.
She's too much of a loose cannon for me. I would go Sandra Bullock. I need stable. I need.
You also have, and I can't believe we didn't bring this up, The Craft.
Oh my God, Fairuza
shit.
Balk.
You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about? Unhinged.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to do Nancy. Nancy
shit.
from The Craft.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Okay.
She actually scares me. Okay, so we have Maleficent, Nancy,
Jesus.
and Hermione. We could not get three more different witches if we
Holy
fucking
shit.
Yeah.
tried. Wow.
I think there's two technically quote unquote bad witches here.
Yeah.
Everybody misunderstands the villain.
Yeah, they're misunderstood. We got
I
the
mean-
Maleficent backstory. We get it. We get it. Why she's the way she is.
Yeah, exactly.
A man, always.
What's new?
Typical.
Yep.
Nancy, a man.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And poverty too, I think.
Poverty
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I need to rewatch that movie. I
been a while,
rewatch Practical
yeah.
Magic every year.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The Craft, I think it's been a few years. Well, I'm going to marry Hermione. I think
Yeah.
just stable.
Same.
She's
Smart.
always going to get you smart. She's going to get you out of trouble. She's going to keep you grounded. I feel like Hermione is an earth sign, you know, like she's a problem solver.
Yes.
She's a Virgo for sure.
Total Virgo.
For sure.
Or
Yes,
a Capricorn, let's
definitely.
be honest. She does give real strong Capricorn vibes. Boss bitch. Yeah. Knows what the
I
fuck
feel
she's
like
talking
she
about.
doesn't care
no
enough
apologies.
about money to be a Capricorn, though.
That's right. That's why I was
Okay.
going Virgo. She doesn't seem like she, needs to run Hogwarts.
This is true. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I hear
true.
you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna marry Hermione. Like, yes, I'm gonna be with somebody who's smarter than me. It's okay. I'm
fine.
okay with that. And I feel like she's not gonna make me feel bad about that. I mean, she
No.
ended up with Ron. at the end.
Let's
So,
be
you know,
honest.
let's be real.
I hate that for her.
I do too.
Truly, I never read the book, so when I watch the movies, I'm like,
oh, I read the book.
really? What a disservice.
I actually think her being
honestly.
with Harry would have been better. But,
Yes.
yeah, but
Yeah.
whatever.
In the
or she doesn't need
books,
to end
it
up with
makes
any
more
of them.
sense, I
but
think.
It does.
For some
It does.
reason. Like it falls into place much more smoothly than it does in the movies for some reason.
Can I just say,
Not suggesting anybody buy it and read it. But if you already own it.
Don't. If you already own it, or if you can get it secondhand, one of the
Or free.
greatest, like, saddest. It genuinely, it is so sad to me that J.K. Rowling is who she is because
Oh, I know.
Harry Potter meant so much to me growing up. Like, and being part of that fandom was really special. And like, it is so sad that she is not just a run of the mill piece of shit. She's like, she just doubles, triples, quadruples down all the time.
Militantly awful. Like, I also just don't understand that fucking point of
That
view
level
at all. I'm like, who cares?
Vitriol.
Who cares?
Honestly, truly.
It's so
Agree.
stupid. It's
Agree.
so stupid.
Yeah. So we're removing her from this situation.
Yes, 100%.
And I am marrying Hermione. I'm gonna fuck Nancy. No, I can't. Nancy, it'll be wild, but you might not make it out alive. Like
It's a risk you're gonna have to take.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Either Maleficent or Nancy might kill you. So I'm going to go Nancy. I'm going to fuck Nancy. It is going to be truly scary. A very scary experience.
Guess who's not going to turn into a dragon? Nancy.
I mean, that could be interesting. But yeah, so I'm going to...
I think we have different definitions of interesting.
Look, I've seen the smut that's out there.
This is true.
Dragon
This is true.
smut exists.
It does.
I'm gonna fuck Nancy. Pray for the best. I'm a little terrified, but it's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be wax play involved. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
At
Oh my
least.
God.
Yeah.
At the very
At a
least.
minimum.
Yeah. Bare minimums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I am going to marry Maleficent. Let's
She's
face
the most. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
peas in a pod. We are.
Yeah.
And I do think I would be a good tag along for someone that is seeking vengeance. I'd be like, yeah, let's go. Let's plan this out. But
fuck them.
yeah, you know what? Fuck them.
I feel like I would not be a good.
No, I don't think so, Cassie. Not for you.
Too much chaos.
I'm here for the chaos. I'll support the chaos. I'll make the chaos bigger. Let's
also she's
go.
really aiming.
This is why
a
Capricorns and
thing.
Aries
Like
get along.
she is aiming for the sky. She's like, we are gonna rule this kingdom, bitch.
Yes,
and I feel like you are into that.
I am. I love ambition. Let's go. I'm ride or die in this. Yeah. So Maleficent is definitely out of the three, and then definitely got to fuck Nancy from The Craft. Yeah,
You got to.
Danger.
You got to do it.
Danger.
I think that I'm going to take the safer path, as Keegan did, and also marry Hermione. I listen, smart, strong, badass bitch, true feminist, the character. Yeah. So yeah, marrying Hermione.
You're gonna fuck Nancy.
I'm a fuck Nancy. Yeah. Listen.
God help all
Come
of
on.
us.
Come on. Live a little. Live a little, die a little. Come on. You're only here once.
But you know what?
think.
If she curses you, it's going to be in the worst way. In the worst way. You don't want to be on Nancy's bad
You
side.
better hope that she gets tired of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And moves on.
Yeah, let
you
her
know?
leave.
Yeah.
Let
Yes.
her leave. You're not getting
Yeah.
out of that
Oh God.
on your terms. Yeah, no.
So true.
No.
Oh God. I don't know. Maybe it is safer with Maleficent.
I think Maleficent is a little too wrapped up in... I think fucking
Herself.
Maleficent would be okay, Marrying her, I don't know, but like fucking her, I think would be okay because I think she's wrapped up in domination. I think she's down to hit it and quit it. She's like, it's fine.
You know what? You've convinced me. I'm going Maleficent. Yep. I'm convinced.
Also, Angelina Jolie, hot.
Yep, super hot.
You know, sure.
Doesn't do it for you, Cass.
Not really my thing, but
that's okay.
And I mean, like not that women aren't my thing. Just
different strokes for different folks. You don't have to justify yourself to us.
Okay.
That's why we do these, man.
That's right.
It's
this is why we're such good friends, because we don't like the same guys.
True.
Traditionally.
Yeah.
Or people.
There we go. Hey, you guys want to take 5 and then come back with stories?
Yeah.
Cheers. Sweet.
And we're back. Okay, Christina.
Okay, I'm going to kick us off. I have got a listener submission. Big shout out to people that are writing in, whether it's a story or advice or anything. I know we shouted out last week, but we love it. So keep them coming. She says, when I was 19, I went to Australia on a solo trip. When I first got there, a family friend who lived in Sydney offered me an opportunity to go work with her son-in-law and his friend for a week. They were roofers. I jumped on the chance to go hang out with a couple of older, good-looking Australian guys. Hell yeah, dude. And you know they're
How old is she?
Tanned. She was 19.
Oh my God. This is like a dream at 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Australian roofers.
Yeah.
Sign me on an Australian adventure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm reading this book and I'm liking it.
Yeah.
The 3 of us drove to a small town to go do some roofing. One guy was super indifferent to me, but the other one was very charming and we got along really well. That guy that was super indifferent to you, that's the good guy in this one. Because you were 19 and they're probably in their 30s. So.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Oh, yes, actually, I do know. So anyways, he told me he was separated from his ex-wife who he had 4 children with.
No, ma'am.
No, baby. Don't.
No.
Dude, this is a canon event and we cannot interfere. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, at 19, your judgment is just, everyone thinks they're mature at 19. I feel like everybody
at 19,
does.
If a older Australian hot roofer who said he was separated from his ex-wife hit on me, it was Pound Town. I'm sorry. I would have done it.
At my big old age now, I hear that and I'm like, red flags, alarm bells. You're not actually separated. All these things run through my mind. But at 19,
yeah,
I would have just bought it. Like whatever came out of his mouth, I would have been like, he has no reason not to tell me the truth. He has every reason not to tell you the truth.
All the reasons. He's got at least 5. He's got at least 5 reasons not to tell you the truth.
It's like, how many holes are there? That's how many reasons.
No,
oh
you
my
don't
God.
need to be anybody's stepmama at 19. I'll tell you that.
Oh, no. Oh, God. 4 kids? What is this, overboard?
We were staying in a hotel, and one very drunk night after work, he went down on me on a couch that was located in a public hallway of the hotel, although it was late and no one came through.
Again, I would have thought that was hot at 19. I would have thought that was hot.
Cameras.
You're not thinking about the cameras. Like having sex in semi-public places whenever I was that age, I was like hot. Yeah.
At one point, I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
While you were getting head.
The blow to the ego. Oof. If you were giving head, if I was giving head and the guy fell asleep,
well, yeah. No,
I would never recover.
No.
No.
Like, well, hanging that up, never doing that again. Wow.
And we're done. At one point, I fell asleep and was woken by the sound of my own fart right on his face.
Oh no. Oh.
my God.
Oh no. Have you ever? I'm sorry. Time out.
Yes.
What?
I have farted and I have peed on someone down there.
Shut up.
No, Christina. Christina. You
Yes.
did not pee on
Yes.
someone.
Well, I mean, sometimes if somebody's really good at it and it just is an accident, I wasn't like, man, I have to piss, but I don't want this to stop. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like feeling very good and things got loose. And
Which was worse, the peeing or the farting? Which situation?
the farting was worse because the person that it happened to, obviously this was also an accident. The person,
I would hope so.
The person made me feel really fucking embarrassed and awful about it.
Oh.
The person with the pee was just like, it happens. Like, was totally fucking chill about it and really cool.
Interesting.
Oh, and period blood. I've also perioded on somebody.
Yeah. Some guys are very okay with that. So,
And you know what? The guys that are okay with that, gold fucking star, and Christina salutes you big time. I'm sorry, but dude, if you don't fuck and do stuff, like if you're, I think everyone should have their Red Wings. That's what I think.
okay. Okay.
I mean, fucking on. Sure.
But that's not what Red Wings are.
I had a guy that loved. He's like, you taste like pennies.
Christina.
Okay.
Oh
well,
my fucking God. I
hate
don't even
that.
personally. I don't even like having sex on my period.
fucking hate
Just
that.
that's me. Because I feel so
don't
uncomfortable.
love it either.
And it's messy, and I'm just like, it's not for me.
Not for
I would
me.
rather just wait a couple days, even if it's like light. That's fine. But when you're in it,
I took my
when it's
fucking
like the
headphone out.
doors of The Shining, like no, we're not doing that. I don't want to do that.
I took an earplug out because I was
pleasantly
surprised.
Pennies.
Yes.
Pennies.
I'm gonna say I don't like it. I'm gonna go on record and be like, I don't. It's
When someone first told me about Red Wings and explained why it's called that, I was so
I hate it.
horrified. And I'm
not for me.
a woman who loves being a woman and all that stuff. But I'm just like, that's okay. You don't need to. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to.
Think about it.
Okay.
Over half of the world's population
Yeah.
has to go through this.
Yeah,
I know.
If the genders were reversed, it would be fine, and it would be like free
I'm not
pads,
saying it's
free
not
tampons,
fine.
I would
and stuff
not.
like that.
If a man was bleeding out of his urethra, I would not go down on them. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's
would
not
you?
a normal thing. So
No, but if it was normal, like, would you be like, yeah, sure?
Listen.
Like, no.
Well, I mean, if I was in a loving,
everyone
if I
do
was-
them. This isn't judgment. It's just me personally. I'm okay. I'm okay
Yeah.
that you don't want to like go down there. Look, when I have my period, it's the least sexy I ever feel.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I like smell like myself. I'm sweating. Like I don't. It's okay if you don't want to go into that area. It's a fucking war zone.
Sometimes I think though that I don't feel sexy on my period because of the way that men have treated me when I'm on my period.
Okay,
and so
that's
then
fair.
This is my act of rebellion by being like, eat it.
Look, there's no wrong way to do it. And again, like lots of people, you like what you like. You're not hurting anyone. It's
I'm
just for me
truly not trying to
personally,
yuck anybody's yum here, but
at all. But if I had it my way, if I could lock myself in my house like a fucking just like a vampire in my house for the 3 first days of my period, I would. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be out in the world. I want to be sequestered in a dark room with like a heating pad and a book in my bed, like, or in the bathtub. Like, I don't need to engage in any physical activity, period. Anyway, But you know
Anyways,
what? You do you. You do you.
Listen. Like I said, not trying to yuck anybody else's yum.
At all. Just
However,
not for me.
again, yeah. Listen, it's not my lane that I'm going to play in personally, but I'm happy for you.
Happy for you. Love that for you.
I don't anymore, but yeah, now I'm old and I would just rather like watch TV. But in my hoeing days, that was fun.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay. Great. Anyway.
He said, "You fell asleep, huh?" And we called it a night. After our week of work, I continued my travels up the coast, and he texted me to say he couldn't stop thinking about me. Mind you, I was 19 and he was mid-30s.
No.
I'm sorry. As someone in my mid-30s, no. I know
Stop
it's
thinking
legal,
about me.
but it's no thank you.
That's a big no for me, too. That's a child. Yeah. And he drove up the coast to meet me in another town. I was fairly smitten. Love an accent. I can understand that.
Yeah.
It would have gotten me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. A hot, older Australian guy with an accent. Yeah.
Oof.
And after I continued to the next town, I wrote him a poem and sent it on Facebook Messenger.
Babe. No, you didn't.
Oh, no.
He's like at home making his kids pancakes. No.
Oh, honey, I've done this. Well, turns out his not ex-wife runs his Facebook and wrote me back. She explained that he was a serial cheater and she was currently pregnant again with his fifth child.
I'm sorry. Why are you pregnant again with a serial cheater?
Because abuse is hard.
Yeah. She said she didn't blame me, but please stop contact with him. I felt so guilty and betrayed. I was glad I farted on him. He deserved it.
That is exactly right. Exactly right.
Exactly.
My God.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for sharing. That was fucking awesome.
Whew. Okay, I will go next. Back when Tinder first came out, I matched with and started talking to a girl who is in my same city in Florida. She and I agreed to meet at a restaurant, and I had been to a few times before. We had talked about it being her and me, but when she arrived, she was dragging a kid with her, which she had never mentioned she had, let alone bringing him. She sits down and almost immediately gets on her phone to largely ignore me and her kid. I tried striking up a conversation, but it was clear she was not here for me at all. So her kid and I started coloring placemats, drawing cartoon characters, and things like that. Food arrives and we all eat, and then she asks if she can order another entree. I had no intention of paying for her food at this point, so I said, sure. I get up to use the restroom and go see the waiter about the check. I pay for my food and the kids' meal because he and I were having a pretty good time drawing Minecraft characters. I stuck her with both her entrees and her drinks and then bailed and blocked her on everything. That is so inconsiderate to the person you're going on the date with. And also that poor kid.
Yep.
Like you don't want to be in
it's
that.
So shitty.
It's such a shitty position to put your kid in. Like, awful.
Yeah. No, that's why I always get mad because, you know, the prevailing thing online is like women are such gold diggers. They're only dating for like the free food and stuff. I've never done that. Of course, there's like, you know, one in a while, there's somebody like this that's out there and you're ruining our good name. So stop it.
Truly.
You're ruining it for all of us. Okay. So my story, my first date with this guy, he got takeout from his favorite burger place so we could sit in and watch movies. I had never eaten there before. So I told him just order me whatever he liked. Well, as it turns out, he likes burgers with ripe, hard cheese and Thousand Island dressing, which I do not enjoy.
Okay.
I took a bite and I immediately knew it wasn't for me. The burger place was closing or closed, and I didn't want him to have to spend more money on getting me a different burger because I really like this guy, and I didn't want him to think I was unappreciative. So I quietly excused myself to his kitchen with my burger. I had been stressed out and had this really exhausting day. I was overwhelmed with how nice and thoughtful this guy was and how I would seem like a jerk if I tried to quietly wash the sauce off the hamburger.
Oh no. She's just like holding the patty underneath the faucet.
And I got really emotional about it and started crying.
This feels right. Yep. This feels like something pre-Lexapro I would have cried about.
Yeah.
And this feels very tied to the top of the episode of what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Totally.
yep. Mm-hmm.
He came into the kitchen and sees this and he asks, "Are you washing a hamburger?"
Oh my God.
In this really confused tone. I looked up at him trying to fight back tears, and I broke down and I talked about how nice he was and how thoughtful, and I didn't want him to think I didn't appreciate him because I really liked him. And he just laughed and gave me a hug and told me it was okay.
Oh, sweetie.
Long story short, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary last weekend.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. Oh, I love a happy ending. But the imagery of like cooking for somebody and then coming in and watching them wash a burger patty under the faucet.
But then when you hear them and they're just like, "I'm just so sorry. You did all this work and I didn't want to make you feel bad."
It's so fucking real though.
It is.
It is. Oh my gosh. Okay. This person said, "I was young. I was having fun. I met a guy online. He seemed smart and kinky, neurodivergent like me, and he was looking for someone to shower with money and sex and have a good time with while he completed his degree."
Amazing. Love it.
That sounds great.
Win across the board.
Yeah.
Yep. We talked for a few weeks and he seemed very sweet too. So we met up. Reader, he was not smart. He asked me questions to try to catch me out. They weren't good questions. I asked him a super common riddle. He didn't know it. He didn't get it. And he was too prideful to let me tell him the answer. The conversation wasn't stimulating, and he isn't being charming or endearing, although he clearly wanted to be. Finally, I made my excuses. They were poor. "Oh no, my sister texted. Oh, it's an emergency. I'm afraid I have to go."
Oh, shoot. Oh,
Shoot.
No.
He walked me to the station. On the way, he spots a public bathroom with a queue. He joins the queue. I wait. He gets to the door and gestures towards it.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
And
No.
then pumps his eyebrows meaningfully.
Oh no.
Absolutely not. No fucking way.
Did not want to have sex with a boring man in a smelly public loo with a queue of people outside.
Can you imagine? So he's doing
No.
this in front of people too. Like they're seeing this exchange happen.
If I was standing in line, even if he wasn't gesturing to me, I'm like, "No, sir, no."
You'd have to. I actually
No.
believe you would step in, Cassie. You're like, actually,
you know I
the
would.
lady says no.
No. And we're not waiting
Also,
for your
all of us
dumbass.
have to pee.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, we're waiting in line for
The
pee.
fuck?
I mean, I guarantee you're not going to last long, but I really have to pee.
Yeah.
Secondly, the disrespect. If a woman deigns to give you access to her body, you do not demean it with the location of a fucking public bathroom.
Amen.
Preach.
What? Like we're really
With
throwing
a
you
line, like
with
I
a-
just said that when I was younger, like semi-public, that was intriguing.
That's
to
not
me.
what you meant,
but,
though.
But that is not at all what I meant. Like you being the first story you told, where it's like, oh, it's really late at night, no one is coming, and it's in like a hallway, whatever. That is a very different situation from a public restroom where there is a line outside.
Fucking
That's
no.
not hot. How would you even? I couldn't even be
smell.
comfortable enough.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Probably
No.
just tastes
All
like
I
pennies, though.
Nope.
No. Well, yeah. I didn't know. I've never done it, so that's what I was told.
I bet it does. I mean, they say
Listen.
every time you read a horror novel, blood is coppery. So
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go. Later, he would text me that he only suggested it because he was running out of time to dominate me and got desperate.
Sir.
Domination and desperation in the same sentence.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't work. What followed was a quiet walk to the train station and the worst, most awkward peck on the lips I've had to date. The things we do when we're young.
Ugh. Gross.
Ick. Okay. Not necessarily a date, but a person I was dating invited me to his parents' house for the afternoon. This, you know what? Before I even get started, we need to start creating folders of genres of dates because this one slides in perfectly and it is one that shouldn't exist even once. And yet we see it over and over again. Okay. He wanted to introduce me to them and show me the house he grew up in. I thought it was super sweet and had no problems going. He was also in the middle of moving and needed to pick up a few things, so it really didn't seem that unusual. Yeah, we got there and it was awful. His entire family was there. They traveled from hours away. This was not just meeting the parents, it was meeting the entire family. Even worse, at some point, this jackass told his parents that he had proposed. We had only been dating for 2 months. I spent the entire afternoon dumbfounded and just playing along. We were 2 hours from home and I had no cell service, no way to leave at all. We ended up spending the afternoon brainstorming wedding ideas and planning an Alaskan honeymoon that his parents planned to gift us with.
No.
His brother even called to say congratulations. We drove back to his apartment in silence. When we got there,
Oh,
I
it
got
wouldn't be
in
silent
my
in
car.
that car.
I know.
Nope.
2 hours?
No,
I got
would've
in my
been like,
car
what
and
the
left.
fuck were you
What
thinking?
I
need to
fucked.
know. What?
I just said fucked. Yes.
Listen.
I got in my car and left. Yes.
No, I'm saying, I'm like, for what reason are you doing this? Like, because if you're trying to...
It's not going to win me over. It's not going to endear me to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he planned this entire thing because his family came from hours away. His brother called. God. So he told them all that he was bringing his fiance to meet the family.
Oh my God.
He had to have told them that, right? I got in my car and left, didn't even bother grabbing my stuff. Weirdest experience ever. I have no idea how he broke it to his parents that we weren't getting married.
Wow.
It does. And you're right. It has happened multiple times.
Too many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
the meeting the
reason?
entire family with no warning has happened multiple times. And the, hey, this is my fiance when you're not, has happened multiple times. And I don't know what that is.
That's my
I don't know what that
literal
is.
nightmare. I think that would be the worst date for me because being like, meeting the parents is stressful enough, but you like mentally prepare yourself for it. But
meet the whole family.
whole family there, the cousins.
Nah.
What?
And you're forced in a position where you have to lie, which also sucks.
Yeah.
Like having to maintain.
My dumbass though would have been like, huh? What are you talking about? We're not engaged.
I just met him.
Yeah.
This is like our second
third date.
Yeah, exactly. I would not. I would be so bad at playing
Cassie,
along.
you would be. You'd be like, why are you saying that?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Dude, I would be the worst. I would be the worst. You have to like, if we're going into a situation where we need to like do a thing, like you need to like, I need to be prepped. I need to know what the scenario is. But
again, it's like what Christina was saying. Like, what was his end game with that? How did he think when this happens? And again, it has happened multiple times. What are they thinking is going to happen?
You're just going to keep going along with it until you are married. I mean, like
it is an overboard situation.
it's an
That's the problem. They
scenario.
grew up on movies from the late 80s, early 90s, and they're like,
Yes.
this will work out. This
This
wacky premise is going
this'll
to
be
work
fine.
out. Great.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Okay. I used to be a stoner, right? So I had a roach before I went on this blind date to the movies. The theater had 2 parking lots. Remember that. Went inside to see the woman. She ended up being super cool and pretty, which was nice. Afterward, I walked her to her car and we had a pleasant conversation. Afterward, I started looking for my car and couldn't find it. Being the nice person she was, she offered to drive me to my car. After 25 minutes of searching, I realized I parked in the other parking garage. Embarrassed as hell, I thanked
poor
her.
woman.
I thanked her again, and she jokingly told me to lay off the trees. Drove all the way home and realized I left my phone in her car. Called it off my MacBook and she answered, laughing her ass off. She met me at the movies to give me my phone back. Since then, I have not smoked.
Yeah. Listen.
I'm like that though. If I get high, I'm already a forgetful person. Cass, we forgot to tell you. We went to Casa Vega the other night for Lyndon's graduation party. And the waiter comes up and he's like, "Hey, have you guys been here before?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, first time." Keegan's like,
We went together. Like Christina and I went together not 6 months ago. Like I was like, what are you talking about? We took a picture together at Casa Vega. I'm like,
we took
how
a
do you
picture
not
of fucking
remember this?
Mr. Furley's. I had it in my purse, and she was like, "Mr. Furley's? No, I don't think I've ever been." I was like, "Christina, Mr. Furley's, this place where we took a picture, where I have a picture of us together in the Mr. Furley's
So
photo
funny.
booth."
Like,
Oh my god,
I've not been here.
and also
never heard of
the
it.
way, and we've talked about this before because you, me, and Eric, like a month ago or something, or a couple months ago, went to the Atwater farmers market, and we were talking about how the way you just walk, like you know where you're going, like you behave with such confidence. When you told the server that you'd never been to Casa Vega, you said it with such confidence that it made me be like, we have been here together. I know we've been here together. Am I misremembering something that happened only 6 months ago? No, we have a picture. We have a picture.
It is true.
It is. I have no idea why I'm like this, but when I'm on weed, like it's a million times
That's
worse.
why you cannot smoke before. I know some people.
I don't do it in public ever.
Neither.
Because of that. Because I'm already like, I do walk with purpose and with confidence. And it would get me into a lot of trouble, I think, being high in public. So I'm high on my couch watching, random shit. I'm not trying to lose my phone or wander into weird places. No. So
Being high on a first date sounds like a nightmare to me.
yeah.
No, it
Like
sounds
I know
awful.
everyone's body chemistry is different.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like it would just ramp my anxiety up.
Yeah,
And then I would be like, they know,
Everybody
they can
knows.
tell.
Oh my God,
Everybody
they
knows.
I think that the problem just in general, it's not even date. It's just like existing. I don't enjoy it anymore. Like I used to be a total pothead, but yeah, I just don't enjoy it anymore. I'm that kind of person now who's like, especially with being high, like when I'm done, I want to be like, I'm done. I want to be sober immediately now.
It just makes me sleepy.
Yeah.
Me
That
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like, at the end of a long day, if it was stressful and stuff like that, taking a couple hits and just relaxing, taking that deep breath, it's really nice. So
yeah. What have you been watching recently, Christina? High or not? Or do you remember?
Also a good thing. Yeah, I want a good thing from you, Christina. You're not getting out of the good thing tax.
Well, the good thing for me, I think, is it's been tough to find good things.
I know.
And
It has.
I'm
Sorry to put you on the spot like that. I'll let you out of the good thing tax.
No,
it's been a hard
no.
week.
No, I used my good thing in the last episode that we recorded. I really liked the Tyler TikTok. That made me really happy. But the other thing that has made me really happy is a trend on TikTok where they're like, it's with people's dogs, and they're like soulmate so hard that
I saw it with cats.
Yeah,
but I set myself up for the biggest heartbreak of my life.
Yes,
that
yes.
one. Oh no, I can't, because that's how I feel. Every time I look at Matilda, that's how I feel.
That is how I feel with my animals, and specifically, like, I am so convinced, like, when you hear people talk about their near-death experiences and everything is very similar, that we have a soul family, like that we all come together, and like we're like, maybe it's your mom, and then next time you're the kid, like, or all of that stuff. And I will look at Pickles sometimes and I'm like, I think your soul was meant to find mine. Like, I think that this is like, you're part of my soul family. And I feel that way about you guys too, where I'm just like, oh, we're just all meant to find each other and help each other. And I wonder what we all wanted to learn in this lifetime together. And then when we see each other in the afterlife, we'll be like, oh my God, that was so silly. Like, I can't believe all that. But it just makes me happy that we got to find each other and soulmate with each other. So that's my good thing for this week.
Okay, well, you didn't have to get so like deep with it, Christina. Wow.
Christina's conspiracy corner.
I know it all come
right back around. Right back
full
around.
Circle. Well, I have been watching. I did start Adolescence.
that kid
show. The acting, first of all, there's just something about British shows that is so real and raw. Just the way that they do shows over there is just a little bit different, and yeah, that kid is incredible. All of them are incredible. The guy who plays the dad.
Oh, wow. I love him. He's in Boardwalk Empire. Didn't he play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He played
Capone.
Al Capone. Yeah. Fantastic. It's heavy though. I watched the first 3 episodes and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a little break from this because it is really heavy. But very good. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Cass?
I actually have something fun I want to share with you. And it's a TikTok thing too. And Keegan, you've probably run across it in our
shared TikTok
in
account.
our shared TikTok page, in which I've just been telling everybody that I'm protesting and I'll be in the Hamburg protest. And you're probably
endorsed.
Like, wait, okay, I don't. That's not me. Anyway, my art broker is a TikTok channel, and I don't think it's like super huge, but they do this thing. And then I'm going to do it to you right now. Hey, can I ask you a question about art?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you could own any piece of art, what would it be and why?
Ooh.
And they do street interviews like this. Okay, so.
Oh, wow.
Tell me.
Oh, my God. That's such a big question.
I know.
Isn't it?
I love it. I'll tell you mine.
Okay, you tell me yours.
Okay, I think I have mine.
Oh, okay,
I think I do too, but I'm not sure. No, you tell us yours first, Cass.
Mine is, I always have to look up the artist name because he's not super well known. He's a Chicano artist. And I just have to look at his name. The painting is in San Diego, and I think it was made as a mural originally. His name is Jean Valdez. He, Chicano artist, like I said. He has this painting that is like, I fucking love it. It's the hills are on fire behind them, and it's kind of like, it could be LA, it could be San Diego, whatever. But like, it's like the hills are behind them are on fire, but these two, young girls, one's just like, rinsing off the sidewalk with a hose, and the other one's washing a dog. It's very like equivalent of like, this is fine. Like it just gives you
what's it called?
It's called Pool Party, I think.
Okay. Send it to me and I will post it with the episode on Instagram for anybody who wants to see.
Great. Yeah. John Valdez.
Gosh, this is so hard because I feel like the answer I'm giving you right now is not the true answer. I feel like I would really need to sit with it for a while to find what I think the true answer would really be, because there's so much incredible art out there. But first of all, this would be my runner-up. I'll start with my runner-up, which is that I can't remember what it's called, but it's that painting where this like young woman is being forced to marry this older man. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. And just like the level of detail in everybody's like expressions, her expression, his expression, you know, her attendance.
Name of that?
It's so beautiful. If I can think of the name of it,
what type of art? Like Renaissance or?
It's post-Renaissance.
Okay.
But I will try and find it, and then no, not modern. And I will shout it out if I think of it. But one that just makes me feel like I would love to have in my home, just because I feel like it's so bright and lovely, is, and this is such a stereotypical answer, I feel like, but it would be Gustav Klimt's The Kiss.
Oh,
you know, where it's that one where it's beautiful. All like yellow and so many beautiful colors, and it's just so, it just feels cozy and joyful.
Yeah.
And
incredible
I know
piece.
That's it's an incredible piece, but it is one that everybody kind of like knows about, but I think would be just lovely to look at every day, you know?
Yeah. Yours is called The Unequal Marriage.
The Unequal Marriage. It's just every time I look at it, I find
Pukarev.
It's by who? Yes, that's it. And every time I look at it, I find something new. I discover something new about it. And I think that is so interesting about that. So, yeah. What about you, Christina?
Well, I have always been drawn to Andrew Wyeth's Christina's World.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
I knew. For some reason, I remember you really loving that painting.
Yeah. But I also really love Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia is
so
amazing.
Good.
I love that one.
Absolute incredible.
Every time
yeah,
there's
incredible.
Like a great when I see that one and somebody made a meme that just says "me when I say it is what it is." It's just like
it's just vibes. But I also I think the thing that I like the most would be that I'm trying to get a whole bunch of prints for. I love Art Deco. I love Mucha.
Yes.
I love like his early advertisements and everything. So that's a great question. I'm gonna chew on that.
Great question.
All day.
Yeah. So check out that. It's My Art Broker is the name of the TikTok, and
I will.
And she's lovely because she's British. So it's. Can I ask you a question about art?
Yes. Every day. Yeah.
Every
you
day.
May.
I've watched like a million of them. So they're so good.
Nice.
But yeah.
But we'll post those to our Instagram. I just sent them mine to the group chat so I don't forget. So Christina, send yours too. And we'll post those to Instagram if you're curious about what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you have something that we should watch, if you have a terrible date story, if you want to just reach out and talk to us, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com. And we love you so much.
Cheers.